Today will be the announcement of the most consequential piece of technology that will shape the future of humanity for both good and bad. Today is the day Tesla will announce on AI Day 2 the Tesla bot. And I know, unless you're in the Tesla sphere, this just seems like another one of Elon's pet projects. But this actually affects you. It matters more. And I think everyone, and I mean everyone, should pay attention. If you think long term, if certain things aren't in place in our society, this technology can be the best thing that ever happened to us, and it can also be the worst thing that could ever happen to us. And I know I just sound kind of ominous, right? But it's important to understand how I got in this frame of reference. I think the conversations have already been happening. You see them all over the internet talking about AIs and robots in society. But for the most part, the conversation is being had by the academics and the conspiracy theories, and the everyday person who falls in between those two extremes has no idea what is coming. They're not engaged in these conversations, but this technology will affect them the most. I think the conversation needs to be accelerated and discussed more. It needs to come to the front of pretty much everything that we're doing in society, because this thing is coming. This is kind of my attempt to reach the everyday person. Now, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand what's coming. You just need to use your brain a little bit. You see, I need to give you a good picture as to where I'm coming from. So the first thing you have to do is kind of stop thinking about the bills that you have due. Just for a moment, stop thinking about the rent. Stop thinking about the credit cards. Just stop for a moment and just consider the following. To understand the complete picture, you have to kind of go down a rabbit hole with me. I'm going to explain the thought process so you could better understand what is going on and why I'm concerned for the future of civilization. We are no strangers to robots. We see them in movies. We have them in our homes. You got robot vacuums, robot pet dogs, and corporations utilize them in manufacturing. Law enforcement utilizes them, like the bomb squads and so forth. And then you have other robots like Boston Dynamics. They use them for some specialized operations. But these technologies will pale in comparison to what Elon Musk has up his sleeve. Like artificial intelligence combined with a humanoid robot, it will be a force to be reckoned with. Now, as we advance in technology, we've been using this to benefit humanity, and we've made a lot of progress. There are exceptions, but for the most part, we've made tremendous progress, and we've created like complex ecosystems and economies based on technology. Some will argue that technology has been replacing us over the years, but I personally think for the most part, we've been just displaced until we acquire new skills in these new emerging industries. Overall, it's always kind of at a pace that was manageable and predictable. We could generally see where things are going. Today, however, even with the information technology and people having access to more information than they did in the past, most people have no idea what's coming. The Tesla bot is designed specifically to replace human labor. It's not a computer that still needs or requires an operator. It's not some tractor or backhoe that still needs an operator. It's not a passenger jet that, while it has autopilot, still requires an operator. It's a humanoid robot designed specifically to replace the human operator. What is even scarier is how quickly the tides can change and turn against us. You see, there is a limit to how much human labor you could create, but no limit as to how much machine labor you could create. Remember, humans take time to develop. They have to be born first. They have to grow up. They have to learn, and it takes years. Only then will you be able to extract labor from a human being. Say minimum 16 years. If you can create a humanoid adult, you'll have different options. It won't take years to build. It'll only take hours. It won't take decades to train one. It'll take hours. And once you train one, you copy the skills to as many as you want. In that world, there is no limit as to how much labor you could put to work. And that is the problem, because once the corporations who depend on human labor figure this out, that is the end, my friend. A corporation exists for the sole purpose of maximizing profits. The most inefficient part of a corporation is always the human person. We are too expensive, and eventually they will not be able to afford us anymore. And when that shoe drops, there will be better options on the table. And today, the cat will be out the bag. There is no coming back from this. It is time for everyone to rethink everything. Tesla isn't building some specialized bot for a specific task. They're building a generalized bot that could do everything. The workforce in the future will not favor human labor, and it will displace human beings at a rate that we've never seen before. The dystopian future that you see in movies, The Hunger Games, I, Robot, The Matrix, or worst case scenario, The Terminator, those futures are all possible. They are all possible. How the dominoes will fall, I don't know. Only time will tell. For me, I'm just going to grab some popcorn and I'm going to watch AI Day. I'm going to see what Elon Musk is up to. Stay tuned for a follow-up video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate you watching if you made it this far. This is Busy Brain Club signing out.